I'm David Scandura.
I'm Justice Burkett.
And today we're here to find out, is The Running Man the greatest movie ever made? It's showtime!
Here is Sub-Zero! Now, Plane Zero!
Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in deep trouble.
In the intro, I should have done María Conchita Alonso since you were doing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
But I think
it is much less problematic.
As much as I don't
to
have
do an Arnold voice.
As much as I don't have a good Arnold, I really don't have a good María Conchita Alonso. And you're right, I don't need to be canceled on the Running Man episode. Yeah. If you can't nail it, just don't try.
Have you been putting in your María Conchita Alonso reps this week, though, by just saying that name over and over again?
María Conchita Alonso. We're not gonna fuck it up once on this episode. That's my fucking prediction. We are gonna have a perfect record with saying María Conchita Alonso.
We butchered it
on the
throughout
Running Man
all
episode.
of Predator 2 last week.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
This is our comeback.
I'm very sorry about that. I feel bad, but it is a bit of a tongue twister of a name, just because there's so many vowels.
It's a fun name to say.
It's a great name. It is.
It's a
great
fun
name
name to say fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the greatest movie ever made, the show where we watch a movie and tell you if it's the greatest movie ever made.
How about the light?
I'm David Scandura, joined as always by my co-host Justice Burkett.
Yeah.
I just have given up on the funny names.
That's fine. We don't need to. Some things are allowed to just die on this podcast. You don't need to come up with a thing
let it
for
go
me
for now.
every week.
Yes, this week we're talking about the Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, directed by Paul Michael Glaser. But first, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. I had a. You're just shaking your head at how you segued that.
I'm just I'm tired. This is another.
It's a sleepy episode.
This is another late night recording. I mean, it's after 7.
Right, yeah. TGMEM after dark, as we like to say. One of these days, I'll sign myself up for some additional work and make a stinger, like a drop, that we can use for TGMEM after dark, but not this week, because I only have 2 days to turn this edit around. I'm doing good. I am tired. I had a very long day of work. A lot of that was like manual labor, which it's like cool that my job involves that sometimes, but also like working a whole day where most of it is manual labor is also really fucking exhausting. It sure beats sitting at a desk, but at the same time it's like, wow, my body hurts from like carrying things for a lot of the day. But I'm good. I don't have any media recommendations. I didn't prepare anything, so I'll just ask how you're doing. How are you, David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. One of those.
I was doing bad, and then I had that the thought of, well, if I change my attitude about the situation, maybe that'll help. And it did.
Right.
But that requires energy and effort that God did not build me for.
Right.
So I got tired of that after a while, because changing my attitude does not change the situation.
Right. Yeah.
The situation is still there.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, today was rough.
Yeah.
Today was kind of rough all around the board.
I'm sorry.
The last couple days have been rough, but today was just especially draining. To cope with that, I watched some Godzilla movies that I haven't seen before. I watched Ibra Horror of the Deep and Son of Godzilla and Destroy All Monsters, which I have seen Destroy All Monsters before, and I was really happy to come back to that one.
Yeah.
And some of them, I mean, there were moments in them that I think weren't like. I'm kind of in the middle of the Showa era where they start gearing the movies more towards kids.
Right.
So those aren't as good. So in some of the moments where I would get bored, I started doing voices, which I do sometimes in movies. Sometimes if I watch an Arnold movie that's like not particularly good, at some point I'll just start doing an Arnold voice to keep myself entertained.
Yeah.
But while I was watching the Godzilla movies, I was doing Werner Herzog if he hosted a talk show where he interviewed kaiju. So it's just
yeah, I'm gonna have to hear some of that.
It's just like, welcome back, everyone. Tonight's special guest, you know him, you love him. He's a 3-headed lightning dragon from the planet X. Please welcome King Ghidorah. So, King, it's great to have you back. The tabloids are buzzing, as usual. Can you confirm if you're dating Mothra?
I love the idea of Werner Herzog saying Mothra.
So tell me, do you think we are beings governed by fate, will, or instinct? And how do we persist in an inherently cruel and meaningless universe?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back after these messages, and stay tuned for our special guest, Chapel Roan. I was just like amusing myself doing that.
Mecha Godzilla, do you believe that as an artificial being you are capable of love? Yeah. That's good. That's a good bit. I like that.
Yeah, or he like it'd be funny if he did like commentary tracks for Godzilla movies, but he narrated them like his nature documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Werner Herzog should...
Monster Island. A place as remote and desolate as any on Earth, and yet life thrives here.
In the center of Skull Island, untouched by man, there is a 35-foot gorilla. One must wonder if his way of life is not more pure than the lives of all of us bustling around our crowded cities like so many ants.
Yeah.
Werner Herzog should do a commentary track for every movie, I think.
Especially this movie.
Laurie Strode, turn around. Michael Myers is right behind you. Laurie, he's right in the shadows. He is stalking you like the specter of death stalks us all.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Olympia himself, has sculpted his body to physical perfection, but in the grand scheme of the cruelty of the universe and the impermanence of life itself, does it really matter when you are bones in the cold, hard earth?
The Running Man is the film that we are here to discuss today, which, to my knowledge, has no affiliation with Werner Herzog, unfortunately. I do like that he's on Instagram now. His Instagram presence is very funny.
Oh, it's great.
It's one of the reasons to continue being on that app.
It's so pure.
Yeah, I love him.
It's so it is because it's clearly like maybe some, I don't know like what his PR team looks like, you know.
Right.
But it's clear that he's doing it.
Yes.
He's the one posting and creating the content.
Yes. Yeah.
And it seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he said in his first post that like his granddaughter like helped him make an account or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's correct, but yeah. It seems like it might just be like, yeah, like him and his granddaughter kind of run the account or something. I don't know. Yeah, The Running Man. I had never seen this film before.
Yeah.
1987's The Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Running Man, is the way he is credited in this movie, which I always love an is, and then like title that is not a pre-existing property. I mean, I know it was a book, but it is always funny when it's like very famous actor is title of film
yeah.
that is like not as big as the actor.
Yeah, that's Steven Seagal's entire career.
Steven Seagal is under siege.
Yeah, Steven Seagal is above the law. Like, that's his whole thing.
Steven Seagal is doing really bad patois on his R&B album.
Steven Seagal is
Strut
best friends with Kim Jong-un.
Oh, well, he is definitely that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Running Man.
The Running Man. Adapted from a book by one Richard Bachman, a.k.a. Stephen King.
This was before, it was revealed that this was Stephen King.
Yes.
But it was public knowledge.
Yeah. I think if I remember E.T.'s research correctly, I think that came out like while the film was in production, but before it was released. And so they were like, oh, this is great news for us, because High Priestess Pod is nodding. She has a lot of Stephen King knowledge, so she is aware of this. And they were like, great, we can use Stephen King's name to sell this thing. That's awesome. And then Stephen King saw a screening of the movie, and he was like, this sucks shit. I want nothing to do with it. Don't connect my name to this. Which is very funny that they were like, great, this will really help us market this movie. And then Stephen King was like, nah, dude. You mentioned my name, I'm taking your ass to fucking court.
Yeah, because the movie is loosely based on the book. I've not read the book, but the book is about a guy who enters the Running Man television show contest to get money so he can afford treatment for his sick daughter. And it takes place over the course of a month. And it looks like the Edgar Wright movie that's coming out is more drawing its inspiration from the book. This is clearly just like its own thing, taking loose ideas.
Right. Basically the idea of like it's a dystopian future where one way to win your freedom or wealth or something is by participating in this battle royale type game show.
Yeah.
It seems like that's like the central idea that they took from the book, and everything else is totally different.
Yeah, it looks like they had tried to do this with Christopher Reeve, and they also were in talks with Patrick Swayze, and I think they make sense for that version of the story.
Right, totally. Where it's like, like a kind of an everyman type of guy.
Yeah. But I guess Steven D'Souza, the screenwriter, wrote like 15 drafts of this thing, and it eventually ended up being far more over the top and action oriented, and much more as a Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle.
Yes, the opposite of an everyman, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Truly the guy that you hire when you don't want your leading man to come across as if he could just be a guy off the street.
Yeah. I like that. I like when this movie has our team assembled, and it's like, oh, let's see who's gonna live. We got old Yaphet Kotto.
Right.
We have this fucking nerdlinger guy.
Yes.
And then María, Conchita, Alonso, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who's gonna make it out of this?
It's also funny that they put the dead meat people into the silver and red suits, and then the characters who are going to survive the movie into the gold and red suits.
That's a good observation,
Justice.
Justice.
Where I'm like, oh, they're literally costumed like brighter because you're supposed to be paying more attention to them because they're going to survive. And the people who are toast are blending in with the background because they're in gray. Yeah. Yeah, I had never seen this movie before. This was my first time with this one. I've also never read the Richard Bachman Stephen King book that it's based on. So all I knew going into this was that it's about like a dystopian future where Arnold Schwarzenegger is on a game show, and the game show is basically people are trying to hunt you down and kill you. Like, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
And it turns out you don't need to know that much more than that, because that's most of what there is to this movie. There's a little bit more to it than that, but like really that's the primary narrative thrust of this thing, is a game show where guys try to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, this is the start of what I would call the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall trilogy.
Yeah,
which includes this, Total Recall, and then The Sixth Day, which came out in the 2000s, where they're all science fiction dystopian satires that are Verhoeven-esque, but only one of them is actually directed by Paul Verhoeven.
Right, yeah. Two of them are Verhoeven-esque, and then the other one is Verhoeven.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is like him warming up for Total Recall.
Yeah.
And then the sixth day is kind of like, hey, remember Total Recall? What if we did that, but cloning?
There's someone in my house eating my birthday cake.
And it's not me.
I've never seen that movie,
You should
but I know
clone
that
yourself so you could go fuck yourself.
Speaking of one-liners, this movie is packed with them. That's not uncommon in terms of the cinematic output of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's sort of known for that. But I would say in this movie, it's like especially prominent. And it's not isolated to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Lots of other characters in this movie are also speaking primarily in one-liners. I would say that this script is about 40% one-liners.
So here's the thing that I love about this movie.
Yeah.
Because I've always loved this movie. It is perfect middle of the road Arnold.
Right.
It is kind of taking itself seriously. It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of one-liners and a lot of people dying, and it doesn't have the technical wizardry and like the prestige of the Terminator movies or Predator or Total Recall or even True Lies.
Yeah.
But it's also not, it's not among his worst. Like this is like in the same ballpark as like Commando, where it's like it's cheesy and fun and stupid and we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And Arnold's the star.
Yeah.
And part of that is that this movie makes the galaxy brain like incredible screenwriting decision to give Arnold Schwarzenegger a one-liner before he kills someone and after he kills someone. Consistently throughout this movie.
Pretty much every time, yeah. And then I like that when María Conchita Alonso kills Dynamo, she does the same thing. There's like a pre-kill and a post-kill one-liner, I'm pretty sure.
And the one-liners are all like, they sort of make sense.
Yeah, but
they like
sometimes
half make sense.
Sometimes they're just straight up bad.
They're definitely forcing them, and that's the thing I kind of love about this movie.
Yeah. Like one of the last ones is, "What, that really hit the spot." And I'm like, there was no setup for that. You're just saying shit. Like,
no, because he hits he slams into the billboard. That's the cola billboard.
I get that. I get that he like hit. The guy ran into a picture of himself, but it's like, I don't know. It wasn't like a big target or anything. He just kind of like ran into a thing. Yeah. I also like that billboard explodes for no discernible reason.
Well,
like
it got hit by the rocket sled.
I get, but does the rocket sled have enough fuel in it to cause that enormous explosion?
It certainly has enough fuel to make Richard Dawson have like prosthetic pulled back G-force face.
That's true.
Maybe.
It is really funny when he's flying through that tunnel that seems like it is miles long. Like he is hurtling down that tunnel for quite a while. Richard Dawson in this movie as himself.
Yes.
just sort of doing his Family Feud thing. And in E.T.'s research, like apparently people who worked on this movie with him were like, no, yeah, he's just like that. Like that's just his Family Feud persona and his performance in this movie were the same because that's just how that guy was.
Yeah, they originally had another game show host in mind whose name I forgot. But Arnold was friends with Richard Dawson, and encouraged them to pick him for the role.
It seems like there was a lot of that going on in this movie because a lot of Arnold's circle appear in this movie.
Yeah,
Richard Dawson is one of the the more like dark horse picks, but you got a lot of the regular crew.
We get
this movie
so much Sven Ole Thorson just in the background.
He even gets a line in this one. He gets to open his mouth and talk.
Yeah,
which is rare for Sven Thorson.
Yeah, Franco Columbo's in the mix too, but I've never been able to pick him out. He's just like a background guard, I think, but he's in the credits.
He's in there somewhere. Yeah, and of course we have Jesse Ventura in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Who's a regular Arnold hanger-on type guy, where when Arnold's in a movie, Jesse Ventura just sometimes you see that guy's mug pop up, that big old dimple chin. I think he's good in this movie. I think Jesse Ventura kind of rules in this movie.
I didn't realize we were going to talk about Jesse Ventura first.
As Captain Freedom.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
it's definitely playing into, I think. I mean, I'm not necessarily familiar with him as like a wrestler, but like it's tapping into the thing he was doing in Predator, and I guess, some of his wrestling persona, and poking fun at it in a way that's really nice, where it's like he's like retired and washed up, and he's hosting this like this workout program now,
and he's also like a commentator on the sport that he used to compete in, which like feels like it's very just like a pointed commentary and like satire of American culture, where it's like, you have like those football guys who like are like big stars and they like play for like a few seasons, they win a few championships, and then they're just like on the mic for like decades,
Yeah.
And it feels like that's like kind of the thing that they're like poking fun at with his character too.
Yeah.
I think he's great in this movie. He also looks great in this movie.
Oh yeah.
He's enormous.
Yeah. You get to when they do the deep fake scene of him killing Arnold, he's like a monster. He's huge.
Yeah. I like that this movie starts with Arnold Schwarzenegger getting Pat Tillman'd.
Yeah.
Which I do have to credit our friend Momo's Letterboxd review for giving me that vernacular to describe what happens here. Because basically, like, this movie opens and it's like, this is dystopian 2017, the far future of 2017. And like, based on what happens in this movie, I would say that they were probably about 10 years off, because this really feels more like 2027 shit. It feels like in 2 years, we'll basically be in Running Man world, I bet. So they were just a little off with this one. Not super off. But it's dystopian 2017. The U.S. has been taken over by a fascist government. We're just living under totalitarian fascist rule, right? And all art and culture is censored. And in order to placate the masses, we're doing like bread and circuses, right? And it's basically just the most violent, crazy game shows imaginable.
Yeah.
And the most popular one is the Running Man, but there's other ones. Like there's the one where the guy's like climbing a rope, and there's a bunch of dogs trying to eat him at the bottom of the rope, and if he lets go of the rope, he gets killed by dogs.
Climbing for dollars, yeah.
Yes, right. How could I forget Climbing for Dollars?
I bet they go through a lot of contestants on that show. Yeah. Just like there's just like 10 people every night on that, because I imagine that goes pretty quickly.
Right. Climbing for Dollars, it's like there are 26 seasons of Climbing for Dollars, and there are 350 episodes a season. And they're 20 minutes long.
Yeah. There's a poster for The Hate Boat, which is a parody of The Love Boat.
Come on.
They had filmed more commercials.
Yeah.
But they didn't know where they could fit them in, and I would really like to see those other commercials.
Yeah, I mean, one of my only complaints about one of my complaints about this movie is that I kind of wish that it fleshed out the world a little bit more, because it is like that's some of the most interesting stuff in the movie is like the dystopian kind of fascist police state with like the state-run media that's trying to placate the masses and like is lying to them and stuff. And I wish we could have seen more of that. I kind of wish that we got like the 6,000 SUX commercial.
Yeah.
Whatever this movie's equivalent of that is, you know?
Yeah. So Paul Michael Glaser directed this, and he was brought on to replace Andrew Davis after 2 weeks of filming. And Paul Michael Glaser primarily has television credits as a director.
Yeah.
And the thing that Arnold said about this movie is like, this is one of the few movies that he thinks like should have been remade, or he's not totally happy with.
Yeah.
And part of it, he cites, is Paul Michael Glaser shooting this movie like a television show,
right,
and losing some of the deeper themes and the satire.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I also kind of think him shooting it like a television show helps with the satire that's present here.
Right, because the main thing that is being satirized, because we don't really like go deep enough to make this like a real thoughtful like anti-fascist or anti-capitalist thing, the thing that ultimately it ends up working best as a satire of is just American television, like American entertainment, you know. And like the anti-fascist stuff and the anti-capitalist stuff is in here, but like it's more like wow, Americans will just watch any trash.
Right.
You know?
It's a big commentary on media and violence, specifically, and to the point where when they were developing American Gladiators, they cited The Running Man as like their primary influence. Like, we want to do this, but without killing people.
Right. right. It's the classic like that meme that I've seen on Twitter a million times where it's like tech bros are like, finally we've created the torment nexus from the classic sci-fi novel.
Right.
Do not create the torment nexus.
Right. They missed the point entirely.
Yeah. That is funny. That American Gladiators was like, you know what was wrong with The Running Man? The death. Everything else, we're good. Yeah. It's like Mr. Beast doing Squid Game.
His fucking God.
Don't we?
Sorry, the last week I've also been confronted with just like how ontologically evil Mr. Beast is.
Mr. Beast is a monster. Yeah,
Like I've just been exposed to that information in the last week more and more.
Yeah, I think he's like a nightmare, like eldritch being that exists in our world to like visit horrible, like ironic punishments on the human race. For our sins.
And he's the secret boss in the RPG, and then when you finally kill him, you get his soul gem that's worth like 10,000 gold coins at the merchant. But yeah, I think this movie does work as a satire, you know, probably better than it has any right to, considering how like trashy and schlocky and cheesy this is.
Yeah, this movie's corny as fuck, but it does have something to say, I think. Anyway, so he gets Pat Tillman here, and by that I don't mean that he is killed by his unit, but he is framed by them, because basically what happens here is like there's this group of civilians in a bread line. They're protesting because they don't have enough food, and Arnold Schwarzenegger gets like a command to just like fire at will on this group of like unarmed women and children who are protesting for food, and he won't do it, which I do think is very funny, because it's like you would think that like a guy who has gone through like Nazi boot camp would not be surprised when he gets the order to like fire on a bunch of unarmed civilians.
Yeah, he is basically costumed like a Nazi in this scene and driving the helicopter.
Yeah, like he has like an SS hat, and then he's like, I never thought I was going to have to kill civilians in this job as on the fucking Einsatzgruppen. I never thought that my job in the death squads would mean that I would have to cause actual death. So he has a moral dispute with his higher ups, and their response to that is to knock him over the head and put him in a work camp. Yeah,
we get lots of Arnold nows as he's getting thrown around by these guys in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Hangs out of it at one point and finally gets a rifle butt to the head.
Yes. Is it Jesse Ventura who hits him in the head with the rifle?
No, it's a different guy.
It's just a different guy who also looks kind of like Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, then he's in the work camp, and we get a long ass opening title sequence with this pretty cool synth score that I do like. But yeah, it's like this opening credit sequence goes on for like 9 minutes.
Yeah. I love the synth score in this movie. I forgot how good it was, and then coming back to it last night, I was like, I need to fucking get this on vinyl or something.
Yeah.
This is it's really dark, and it's got a great theme to it.
Yeah.
And it plays a bunch throughout the movie, and I really love it. And we got like some electric guitar in the mix and stuff too.
I really like the main theme for this movie, like the just like Running Man theme, I guess, that plays over the opening credits and at a couple other points in the movie. But I will say, like, for me, the score at times maybe is a little overbearing, because I think like the grandiosity of the score for me sometimes kind of overshoots what the movie has going for it, and it just was a little distracting for me at a couple points. But overall, I do really, really like the score. I think it's great. Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, he's in this work camp. This is also where we meet Yaphet, Kotto, and this other guy, Laughlin and Weiss are the character names. Yaphet, Kotto is Laughlin. And they're in this work camp. They're like plotting a way to escape and like join these like guerrilla underground resistance fighters. And their plan is basically we're gonna like stage a fight between Yaphet, Kotto, and Arnold, and then we're gonna like we're gonna deactivate the like fence that like sets off the bomb collars, and then we're all gonna be able to run to freedom, basically. Bomb collars, I think it's funny that these surface so much in sci-fi. Like there's like books and like video games and like comic books and shit, and I just always wonder like who was the first person who thought of like in a dystopian future, like clearly prisons will just all have guys with bombs on their necks where if they like cross a certain line their head explodes. It's just weird that this seems like such a consistently used idea across speculative fiction, I guess.
Yeah shows up a bunch in Fallout, and you can like convince people that their bomb collars are deactivated, and then they'll go blow themselves up.
Yeah, lots of bomb collars in New Vegas, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah.
Yaphet, Kotto, and Arnold Schwarzenegger start fighting each other, and then this causes an all-out riot, and they start attacking the guards. Arnold picks up a guard and goes, "Give you a lift," and throws him over the railing, which is great.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Arnold's got a beard in this, and
yes.
It is unclear if this is a real beard or a fake beard, because 80s Arnold with a beard is a rare sight.
You can never tell when it's young, like bodybuilding competitor era Arnold, if his beard is real or if it's glued on, because it never looks good either way. And like once he's in his like elder statesman era, like then the beard starts looking good. Like bearded Arnold now looks great, but it's like just something about the size of his body and how like huge and glistening his muscles were. Any facial hair just looks wrong on his face.
Yeah.
So thankfully he doesn't keep it for long. He does get shaved pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This is a great opening action sequence. We got guns getting shot off all over the place. Arnold takes an M16 and starts waving around with one hand because he can.
Right. Yeah.
And then it culminates in Weiss trying to hack the electric fence that triggers the bomb collars.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys, played by Thomas Rosales Jr., back again
Welcome
for his second week.
Back to the show, 2 episodes in a row, much like María, Conchita, Alonso. Yeah.
One of the great background extras in action movies of the 80s.
Yeah, and his head just pops like a fucking cherry tomato in this scene. It's pretty awesome. It's a good effect. You see it from far away, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. So they eventually break out, and then they go to Los Angeles, to the first of 2 matte paintings that they could afford for this movie.
Yeah.
We get a pretty nice matte painting of dystopian LA that they use a couple of times in this.
A nice matte painting with like one square cut out of it where they can just put in whatever video footage they want playing every time they cut back to it.
Yeah.
It seems like it's always the same time of day in dystopian Los Angeles because the lighting on this thing never changes. It's like, dystopian Los Angeles, the sky's just always gray, regardless of the time of day or night.
Yeah.
And
they get their bomb collars deactivated by Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac himself.
It's so crazy that he's in this movie. It sort of was giving like when Keith Richards shows up in the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where it's like, okay, now here's just a rock star playing himself in this movie.
Yeah, but I do think this movie is like, Mick Fleetwood exists in this universe, and his music was banned by the government,
right?
Because he makes a comment to Richards about that, like, you're the cop who banned all of my songs or something like that, or he says that at some point in the movie.
All my songs about how me and my bandmates were all fucking each other and feeling sad about it.
Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham's marital woes.
Yes, it is funny to think that in the world of the
were
running...
they married or not, but they were fucking. They were fucking. And
they're, if not marital woes, fucking woes, I guess. But it is funny that in the world of this movie, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was like banging on doors and being like, "Give me your vinyl of Rumors." that has been declared as contraband by the government. Nobody can own a copy of Rumors.
Anyone caught playing Landslide by Stevie Nicks will be sent to re-education camps.
You cannot go your own way. The only way you can go is the way of the state. But he's reformed due to his years in the prison camp, so they're getting along now.
Yeah. But he's not overly keen on joining the revolution.
Nah, dude, he's just like I have escaped prison. You know, I was framed for a mass murder that I didn't commit. I escaped prison, and my next plan is party in Cabo. I'm kicking this popsicle stand, and I'm gonna go fucking south of the equator and sip Mai Tais on a beach. Seems to be his entire plan. Like, his time in a work camp didn't radicalize him. It just made him want to chill the fuck out.
I just want to get out of the dystopian future.
Yeah.
And just go party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So he goes to his brother's apartment, which is now occupied by a young, gorgeous Maria Conchita Alonso.
Yes.
His brother's been sent to a re-education camp.
Yes.
And Arnold starts violently interrogating her and intimidating her.
He's very threatening to Maria Conchita Alonso in this movie, and it's like a little unfortunate because it does sort of smack of like 80s action film misogyny, where he's like kind of throwing her around. He's always threatening to kill her, and we as the audience are supposed to still be on his side ostensibly. At the same time, she is sort of playing it like she's like, I'm a little scared for my life, and I don't like that this guy's kidnapping me, but also like I'm kind of into it, you know? And it's like she does it enough. She doesn't overplay it where it becomes like gross in a different way, but she like her friend is gross in a different way. Her friend who just needs to see a therapist, I think.
Yeah.
Because she takes one look at Arnold Schwarzenegger and starts having like non-consent fantasies that she needs to explore safely with a BDSM professional.
I don't think they're hiring for those jobs in the future of 2017.
I don't think so. Yeah, 2017 America in the world of the Running Man probably doesn't have a lot of daddy doms on on social media that you can hit up.
Yeah,
those guys have probably been sent to the camps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing with her is like she sort of convinces you in this movie that his kind of like machismo and his like big physical presence is like kind of sexy, you know? And it's that burden is mostly on her, and I think she's great in this movie, so I think she really sells it.
Yeah.
I think keeps this dynamic from being too gross.
And like the scene where she's tied up to her Bowflex or whatever, and then he lifts up the bench that's been screwed into the floor.
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot. And, like, she's sort of selling it as kind of hot. Like, she knows, the actress knows that she is bringing something to this that's going to make you as the audience be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty hot.
Yeah. He's basically blackmailing her because she's a musician for the network who does, like, commercial jingles and stuff like that, and she has a bunch of contraband music. Mm-hmm. And he, like, steals her travel pass, but he needs her to go with him. So he's going to say, please, and that's when he lifts up the bench.
Yes. So yeah, they're like, he kidnaps her basically, and he's to use her travel pass, and he's just gonna like catch a flight to like Hawaii or some shit. And I like that he's like wearing the big Hawaiian shirt.
Dude, the Hawaiian shirt
and the white pants.
Arnold's outfits in this movie are nuts. I love the Hawaiian shirt. With the hat and the glasses.
This fit is crazy. The fit that he's wearing when he escapes from prison and he's hanging out with the freedom fighters for a little bit, that fit's fucking insane too, because he's wearing a riff on a Gold's Gym shirt that says World's Gym, and then like pants with suspenders and like big boots and a yellow construction hat, and he looks fucking crazy. He looks like he's like Wario. Yeah. Which is wild.
He looks like someone like a strongman cosplaying as Bob the Builder for Halloween.
Yeah.
Or something.
This is Waluigi. Now plain Luigi.
I'm glad you're proud of that. I'm glad that you enjoy that, saying that.
It's it's a bad joke.
It's a bad joke.
But it's also a weird outfit. So
actually, you know what's a good joke in this movie?
What's a good joke in this
when
movie?
María Conchita Alonso is like, I think I'm going to throw up, and then Arnold's like, go ahead, it won't ruin this shirt.
Yes, it won't show on this shirt because it's a very loud Hawaiian.
It's a funny joke.
It's a funny joke.
Also, it may be 2017, but 9/11 didn't happen because security is so fucking lax in this dystopian future.
Right, because he obviously only has the one travel pass because he stole it from María Conchita Alonso, but then he's taking her with him. So he like shows the one travel pass that they have, and the guy's like, okay, can I see yours, miss? And then immediately Arnold just goes into like, I'm gonna play on this dude's this fascist fucking TSA guy who works for this like dystopian fascist government is clearly a misogynist, so I'm just gonna play on that. And he's like, oh yes, you stupid woman, you forgot it in your purse again, didn't you? And the guy's like, oh yeah, women, you know, and just waves him through.
He's holding up the line.
Yeah. But yes, clearly the towers are still intact in the 2017 of this film, because otherwise this woman would not be getting on this plane. The whole misogyny of it all is kind of an interesting thing about this movie, where I feel like that's one of the things they nail about like American fascism, is that like, yeah, if American fascism ever takes over and is the norm, then like it'll just be super regular to just like hate women and treat them as property, because that's very much like the vibe of American fascists. And you really get that from the TSA guy right here, where he's basically like only talking to Arnold and basically ignoring her, and it doesn't matter that she doesn't have a travel pass because at least the man has one, you know? I feel like there's stuff like that in this movie that is like maybe a little deeper than the movie cares to explore.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's
still
not
there.
It's not really concerned with that sort of thing.
Yeah, but like the seeds of it are still there.
Sure. Yeah. We forgot to mention that since Ben Richards has been in prison, he's been framed for a massacre,
right,
of the people during the food riot.
Yeah, right, because they ended up killing all those people anyway.
Yeah.
After they knocked him over the head with a rifle, and they just pinned it all on him.
Yeah, so like he's all over the news.
He's the Butcher of Bakersfield
for this prison break. Yeah.
Yes, which the Butcher of Bakersfield, rad ass fucking serial killer name. Like, you know, killing a bunch of people who were in line for like bread vouchers, very bad crime. Butcher of Bakersfield, though, feels like you're kind of rewarding that guy for doing that by giving him a cool ass name. But yeah, so María Conchita Alonso eventually like manages to break away from him here at the airport.
Yeah, she starts causing a scene.
Yeah, she's screaming bloody murder. She's like, he's kidnapping me. Like, this guy isn't who he says he is. And so he gets run down by like a posse of airport cops that have a gun that shoots a big net. I am obsessed with the gun that shoots a big net. Like, this movie had stuff that worked for me and stuff that didn't, but the highlights in this movie are very high. And I will say there are two massive, like, some of my favorite shit in any movie highlights in this movie for me, and the first of two is gun that shoots a big net.
I do like the net gun, especially because I'm so kung pao enter the fist pilled that anytime someone uses a net in the movie, my brain goes, tiny net is a death sentence. It's a net and it's tiny.
I always laugh when you do a kung pao enter the fist quote, even though I've never seen that movie.
I think we have to do it on the show.
The way you deliver them.
I mean, we could do it on the show, but I'm just going to be doing the quotes the whole time.
Right. Yeah. Just also, I don't know. It feels like maybe we would want to get a guest that's not a white guy for that one.
I mean, the movie stars a white guy, so
yeah, but also like, you know. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but the general vibe of it that I get from it is that it would benefit us to have someone other than the two of us in the room.
Possibly. I mean, the thing about that movie is it is surprisingly less racist than you would think.
Right.
Because the premise of the movie is a white guy inserting himself into an old kung fu movie as the main character.
Right.
And doing funny voices.
Yeah.
But it is very funny that this net seems comparatively tiny to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it still takes him down pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to keep running when you got a net wrapped around your legs. I feel like, you know, I'm down to demilitarize police. We should be making police less lethal, right? I feel like maybe a good compromise that we can come to,
Just give them net guns?
Yeah, instead of like just jumping straight towards abolishing the police entirely, because that's going to be a hard sell for a lot of Americans. How about we just take away their guns that shoot bullets, give them guns that shoot big nets? I feel like less people will die that way.
They'll find a way to weaponize those.
Oh, I'm sure, but I feel like it'll be a lot harder. I feel like if we just take away the guns that shoot bullets and give them guns that shoot big nets, that'll be a good first step, and then we can work further from that point.
Okay. So he gets captured and taken to the second matte painting that they could afford for this movie, which is the top of the ICS building.
Right.
And this one does not hold up to scrutiny.
No, the LA skyline matte painting looks really good. It's a solid 80s matte painting. This one is like, yeah, you really had your like B team on this one.
You got a couple squiggly lines in the mix.
The A team was working on the skyline one, and then it was like, okay, who are the less talented painters? We're on a deadline. Can you hire some art students to throw at this one? Yeah.
While we've been cutting back and forth a lot between Arnold and María, Conchita, Alonso, and Richard Dawson at the TV station.
Right, yeah.
And basically, Richard Dawson sees Arnold during the prison break on TV and is like, "Get this guy, I love him. Let's put him on the Running Man."
Yes, right. Richard Dawson as Damon Killian, the host of the Running Man.
Yeah. Who is awesome in this movie.
He's great as just him on Family Feud.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
evil. He's like weaponizing it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of great scenes here where he's like, he bumps into like a janitor or something, and he's like, no, it's okay. And then he gets in the elevator and he's like, fire that motherfucker.
Yeah, right. I love that. I love that he's like nice to the guy's face, and then like behind his back, he's like, I never want to see that fucking guy again. It is Richard Dawson's character in general, but like especially moments like that feel very like presciently Trump coded in a way, and it's like, you know, Trump is a symptom, not a disease. So it's really just like that type of capitalist guy, right? But it's like the type of guy who's like, oh, I'm the friend of the blue collar working man. Yeah, I'm just like you, right? And so he, like, when he interacts with the janitor, he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, buddy. And then it's like secretly behind this guy's back, he's like, yeah, get that fucking guy out of here.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He just radiates charisma.
Yeah,
he knows how to play to the audience.
Right.
And as a character, like, carries that into the, you know, the behind the scenes where he's in the booth with the people that he works with.
Right.
He's so cunty. He's so funny in this movie.
Yeah.
I do think, like, I love this movie, warts and all.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get to our verdicts a little
Yeah.
bit more. I don't think this movie would be what it is without Richard Dawson in this role.
Yeah, no, I think he's perfect for the movie, for sure. Because he brings a lot of authenticity, too, to the whole, like, TV presenter character of it all, because that's what he did, you know? Like, that's what he's famous for.
Richard Dawson captures him and basically tells him that you're going to go on the Running Man tomorrow, or we're going to send on Laughlin and Weiss.
Right.
So Arnold agrees to it.
Yes, to protect his homies. He's like, bro, truly, like, the bros come first. I will sacrifice my life for the homies. So then they, like, put him through fucking Running Man processing. I am not sure what they are doing to him here.
I think
they inject him with some bullshit.
They put a tracker in him,
right?
So they know where he is in the arena in any given moment.
Yes.
Or they at least can pick it up, because it seems like they lose track of him at points and then they can pick him up. I don't know. And then, there's like, I don't know, they're injecting him with shit, and there's some sort of medical exam.
Yeah.
I don't know. They also gas him at one point when they put him in his cell and he wakes up right before showtime.
It seems like they just wanted an excuse to like do some sci-fi doctor bullshit in this movie, where they were like, yeah, when you're a running man, I don't know, they just inject you with some fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
And they also put him in a yellow spandex suit, a yellow and red spandex suit. But then they put another costume on over it so that they can dramatically rip it off on camera, which I think is really funny. But yeah, so like they do like the opening ceremonies of the Running Man shit.
Yeah, we have like a scene on the red carpet outside the studio,
Right.
with Buzzsaw screaming in people's faces, and he punches a guy.
Yeah.
And lifts up his motorcycle.
Yes, the lost member of the Sawyer family, Buzzsaw. when later on, when he's fighting Arnold with the chainsaw, and he has like all those lines where he's like, "This saw is a part of me, and now it's gonna be a part of you."
Yeah.
I was just like, man, this is so Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 coded.
Well, because he has the big chainsaw, and then he has the two in the holsters too, just like Dennis Hopper.
You gotta choose, Arnold, sex or the saw.
Oh man, I love this movie. I love the buzzsaw scene, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Real missed opportunity to like give Arnold a chainsaw here.
Yeah,
This should have been a chainsaw duel.
Yes, Arnold should pick up a chainsaw and fight Buzzsaw with another chainsaw. Because
that after that happened, we would just stop making movies. This would have been the last movie.
Yeah, we couldn't have Arnold do a chainsaw duel because it's like we have chainsaw duels in other movies. Nick Cage duels with a chainsaw in Mandy. We obviously have TCM 2. If Arnold gets in on that action, I feel like then maybe we're jumping the shark on chainsaw duels and nobody can do it ever again. But yeah, so also in the kind of preamble, Arnold passes María Conchita Alonso again in the hallway with her fucking freak friend. and María Conchita Alonso kind of has a moment where because her friend is like, oh, he killed all those people, and she's like, well, he said he didn't. And she kind of starts having her doubts, which leads her to, like, while the early running manning is happening, María Conchita Alonso goes into, like, the records room at the studio and starts digging around and finds, like, the raw footage of the incident at the beginning of the movie where Arnold is framed for, like, killing all those people. So she goes on a little side quest after she sees him here because she, like, I don't know, sees something in his face that, like, makes her, like, second guess what she's been told or whatever.
Yeah. We also have the pre-show dance routine choreographed by Paula Abdul.
Yes. Vary the substance in how much the cameras are just lingering on buns. And it's, hey, Paula Abdul choreographed a dance number and there's a bunch of asses, and I understand what it's saying about American excess and the hypersexualization of American television, and at the same time, it's like I'm also just looking at those asses.
Yeah, it's a real have your cake and eat it too situation with this movie.
Classic 80s filmmaking where it's like we're commentating on American excess while just doing it.
I also love this guy who's playing Arnold's court-appointed theatrical agent.
He also represents the president, they say.
Yeah, because the Justice Department has money involved in the Running Man.
Yeah.
They're funding the Running Man.
Yeah, I like this like wormy little guy.
He's the guy in Exorcist 3 that George C. Scott yells at when he's talking about the Gemini killer.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
shut your mouth.
Yeah, and he gets stabbed with a pen in this movie.
Yeah,
because he gets him to sign the contract, and he's like, "Oh, you can use my back," and then Arnold stabs the pen.
I love that line too because he calls him like dead meat. He's like, "Hey, dead meat, use my back," or whatever. Like simultaneously becoming like a fucking writing desk for this guy while also like getting a shot off at him.
And then Arnold stabs him with a pen and goes,
stabs him with a pen.
"Don't forget to send me a copy." And then he just runs off screaming.
Yeah.
The thing about the sexualization Sexualization. The sexualization of the dancers is I like how it carries over to this scene where Ben Richards is being introduced and like led out in chains to the set of The Running Man.
Yeah.
While there's the announcers reading, like, hyping him up and reading off his crimes or whatever.
Right.
And the dancers are all like hanging on him very sexually.
Yes.
And to me, that is a moment where the intersection of like media's obsession with violence and sex works as a satirical element in this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is a guy who's about to spend the next 3 hours fighting for his life for our entertainment on TV.
Yeah.
And
who is ostensibly a mass murderer.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like he's being treated like a sex symbol and a celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This movie's stupid, but it's also kind of smart.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's the whole vibe of this thing. Is it's like we're trying to say something, but we're trying to say something at about a 5th grade reading level. Yeah, so like I don't know, he gets launched into a big tube in a fucking rocket sled.
Yeah. Well, they show that they've altered the footage of the riot.
Right.
And it's funny that the altered footage uses the exact same camera angles from the movie.
Right. It's just selectively edited to make it look like he kills the people.
Yeah. Now
this is the earliest example in the movie of deepfake technology, but then later in the movie it gets way more sophisticated. Like here it's like, oh, they just selectively edited, and then later it's like, no, we're basically AI generating entire videos of people doing things that they did not do. And that is one of the things in this movie that truly, like, watching this movie in 2025 is a little bit of a trip, because it's like, this movie's from 1987, and I don't think they realized how dead on the money they were with all the deepfake shit. It really feels like eerily prescient in a way that maybe has boosted this movie over time. Like it turns out this movie, which is pretty dumb and campy, is actually sort of saying something pretty profound about like AI deepfakes without even meaning to.
Yeah. I mean, I think the last time I watched this movie was probably within the last 5 years. And in that time, the prevalence and misuse of AI and the sophistication of the technology, at least in terms of creating deepfakes and stuff like that, has grown exponentially to the point where it's like kind of the most prescient thing about the movie at this point.
Yeah, there were points of watching this movie that like I was like, this is making me feel uncomfortable and disturbed in a way that I do not think was intentional on the part of the filmmakers, just because of shit going on in the world.
Yeah. especially like AI in the hands of course, like soulless mega corporations and also the United States government.
Yes, the fascist police state government of the U.S. Yeah, it's like maybe it's a little too close to home where you're like, wow, I don't think you knew exactly what you were doing when you directed this movie, Paul Michael Glaser. But yeah, they show the doctored footage. And then basically they're like, okay, the way this is going to work is we're going to send out this guy. He's our runner. And we're going to send stalkers after him, which are these guys who all have like a themed outfit and power set.
They're all played by wrestlers and clearly inspired by wrestling personas.
Very pro wrestling. This whole Running Man spiel is very pro wrestling. But then the twist is, because obviously Arnold has agreed to do the Running Man to save his homies from the prison break, and they spring on him at the last second. It's like, oh, but you won't be alone out there because we got a couple special guests. It turns out Yaphet, Kotto, and other guy are also running men, and he's like, oh, of course, you fucking sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Like, so they double crossed him.
Yeah, and if they survive all 3 hours, they can win prizes like reduce sentences, or they can go hang out on this tropical island with last year's winners.
Yes.
You all remember last year's winners?
Yes, and they like show footage of the winners from last year on like tropical fuck island surrounded by like women in bikinis or whatever. Yeah. More on that later.
Yeah. More on their fates.
But yeah, then he gets launched through a tube on a rocket sled.
I'll be back, Killian.
Yeah. It's
only in a rerun.
It's fine that they use "I'll be back" again. It's fine.
You can't.
It's fine when an Arnold movie does that.
Okay.
I'm not mad about it.
It seems like you're grumbling a little bit.
It's I don't know. I get a little tired of it. But like this was early enough that it's fine.
Yeah, there's maybe I'd have to think. There's probably some recent ones that push it a little bit too much, but I feel like
he can always say "I'll be back."
Yeah, you gotta get some kind of a kick out of it.
Yeah, right. But so then they get launched out in the tube and like go into the course, and there's like guys who hit them with sticks or something.
I like they're like rodeo clowns or something,
right.
but they're like a Mad Max biker gang.
Yeah,
they don't really do anything other than just like usher him into the arena by beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. We're also cutting to like sporadically throughout all the Running Manning. We're cutting to like these guys who are like taking bets on it too. Like I think the first bet is on like who the first stalker is going to be that they send out after him, which happens like around here. They basically send him into the course and then pick the first stalker. And the first stalker is Sub-Zero, right? They pull an old lady from the crowd. So many old ladies highlighted in the Running Man.
That's what I love, that the audience of the Running Man in this movie is just regular fucking jack-offs and a bunch of old ladies.
It's like
and
it seems
nerds
to be
and
mostly
shit.
old ladies.
Yeah. This is I can't remember the actress's name. She just passed away, but she plays Charlie's mother on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, well, my husband and my son have their favorite stalkers, but I like my men big and cuddly." So she calls out Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite stalker?
Oh, yes. You know how I said that there were two things in this movie that were like some of my favorite things? One was Big Net. The other one is one of these guys.
Let me see if I can guess.
Yes.
Dynamo?
Fucking-lutely.
Should we just talk about Dynamo for a second?
I think we must.
He's not here yet, but we gotta, because he's my favorite too.
I love Dynamo. Dynamo is my big special boy. When this guy showed up in this movie, I was like, I don't really care about anything else in this movie anymore, because his introduction, when they start sending him into the arena, he like each of them have like a little like pro wrestling intro that they do, and his is like, so he's in like this costume that's basically like he's in like a onesie made of light brights, and then he has like a ancient Greek helmet with like the big mohawk, but it's like fiber optic, so it's like light up, and he's got like a little like chin strap on his helmet too, and he's just like a big round portly guy. He's like quite rotund and baby faced, and he is singing opera.
He has a light up sign behind him that says "Clap if you love Dynamo."
But
he shocks it with his Emperor Palpatine gloves.
I love that the first time he zaps it, the Dynamo doesn't light up, and so it just says "Clap if you love." And then when he's in the arena, he is driving what I can only describe as what it would look like if a Tesla Cybertruck was a go-kart. and man, this guy's fucking his whole deal, like just the character design, the performance is great. I could not get enough of this guy. Even when he's sexually menacing María Conchita Alonso, which I don't like, I still kind of enjoyed it because he seems so sort of unthreatening and toothless when he's doing it.
Well, it's funny because we get a shot of him in his tiny whities.
Yeah, because she pulls his pants down.
He's like flopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah. so the stalkers all have like their thing, right? And most of them have two things. Buzzsaw has his chainsaws,
Yes.
and his motorcycle,
Right. Sub-Zero has his like hockey thing,
and he's played by Professor Toru Tanaka. So they're doing this this Japanese intro with like the gong and stuff,
right? Much in much the way that you would expect from a action movie from the 80s. A guy who is Japanese, that's sort of the main thing about him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they also make him a hockey guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing with Dynamo is he has like four things. Because,
yes. Right. Because he's
he's
German or something. He's like Eastern European.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like he's a guy in a big he's a fat guy
right.
in a big LED suit that shoots lightning and drives a little go-kart and sings opera while he drives his little go-kart. Because the actor was a wrestler and an opera singer.
I can't get enough of Dynamo. I know that Dynamo was not in the source material and was invented for this film. So there is very low likelihood that Dynamo makes an appearance in the Edgar Wright film. I do think that'll be a missed opportunity. I think if there's one thing to keep from this adaptation, it is Dynamo. Yeah, dude. It's a real hoot just seeing this guy.
Off the top of your head, do you have a stalker ranking you could pull out your ass?
Yeah, I think I would say definitely Dynamo number 1. I would probably give number 2 to Buzzsaw because I do love Buzzsaw. You gotta respect a guy who fights with a chainsaw, you know?
Yeah.
I then probably is gonna be Sub-Zero. I like his whole deal as well. Are we counting Captain Freedom?
I would count Captain Freedom.
Okay, then I would say probably Captain Freedom below Sub-Zero, just because we don't really get that much Captain Freedom.
Yeah, but
Jesse Ventura's great.
Jesse Ventura's fun. He gets a few fun moments.
But he also never actually fights.
Yeah.
Arnold, which kind of lands him pretty low on the list. And I would say dead last is Fireball.
That's
Fireball's kind of lame.
That's my exact ranking.
Yeah.
if I had to think of one.
Yes.
Because Fireball, they build up to Fireball in an interesting
make such a
way.
Big deal about him.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because like they're on the one hand there's the lower class doing the betting.
Right.
And then we also keep cutting to like a VIP lounge or like the locker room of the Running Man stalkers. This guy sits down and like puffing on a big cigar, played by football star Jim Brown.
Yes.
And eventually, after the other stalkers are killed, it's like Fireball to wardrobe.
Yes.
And he gets up, and you realize that he's one of the stalkers, and he's got a flamethrower and a jetpack.
I do really like his intro.
Yeah,
like when they send him out for the first time, and he's like on stage in the red light and shooting his flamethrower. There's like a target that they set up for him, and he like makes it go up in a ball of flames, and then he like jetpacks down into the arena. That shit's all sick. But then the actual fight sequence with him, like the chase and fight with him and María, Conchita, Alonso, and Arnold is just it's one of the lamer ones of the movie.
Yeah, he just sort of goes out like a punk.
Yeah. And it's like, also the rest of them have like multiple things, it feels like, and it feels like basically his only thing is flamethrower. You know, like there's nothing else really going on with this guy.
And his performance isn't as big as the other guys either.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think he's sort of the least valuable player of the whole thing, unfortunately. Which pains me to say about the only black stalker, but they just should have applied a little bit more effort into this character, I think. Because, he's not quite as memorable as Dynamo.
Yeah.
As my boy Dynamo.
So Arnold and his friends head off into the arena.
Yeah.
And they face off against Sub-Zero in a hockey arena.
Yes. This sequence is pretty fun. Like you said, this movie is kind of shot more like TV than like a film at points. And because of that TV aesthetic, I think sometimes the action is a little choppy. Like sometimes I think like letting kind of full sequences of choreography play out. It's kind of like one movement and then whoop-ah, smash cut to next movement.
Yeah.
You know? So that's sort of a complaint I have about this movie overall, is that I don't think the action is super like elegant or interesting to watch. I kind of think it's more utilitarian.
It's also,
but I don't hate it.
It's also violent. I kind of wish it was a little bit more gory at some points.
Right. It straddles a weird line where we're like really gory some of the time, and then it feels like we're pulling back unnecessarily, and it's like, pick one, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely earns its R rating, but I don't
For
think
sure.
it's, I mean, you know, it's not as gory as like Total Recall or even.
And I don't necessarily need it to be. It's just the weird middle space that I don't like as much.
Arnold, you know, takes a chainsaw to a guy's nutsack, and like
that is crazy.
I would love to see a little bit more hamburger meat, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, especially for considering how like bloody the deep fake confrontation between Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Like, that fight's bloody as fuck. And it's like, okay, well, where was that in the rest of the movie? Like, why? It just feels like a weird outlier, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, in this sequence, like, Sub-Zero is ice skating at them with his bladed hockey stick. He captures Weiss in a hockey net at one point.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then eventually, like, he gets razor wire wrapped around his neck by Arnold, and Arnold chokes him out with razor wire.
Because there's these walls that they have set up in the arena that they sort of start like hiding around, and Sub-Zero keeps showing up and surprising them.
Yeah,
and they're topped with razor wire.
Yeah,
and Arnold strangles this guy with razor wire.
Yeah,
which is pretty rad.
And then he looks up at the camera and goes, "This is something." No, you please.
This is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero. And then there's stunned silence in the studio.
Yes, the city of Los Angeles has to mourn this beloved media figure Sub-Zero.
And then to just rub salt in the wound, there's a shot of Arnold and Laughlin walking away, and they give each other high fives as they just murdered a man.
It sort of reminds me of the moment in fucking Return of the Jedi where like Luke kills the Rancor, and then we have to cut to the guy crying about the Rancor. Which, by the way, that guy is an all-time Star Wars guy to me.
Rancor Wrangler?
The guy who cries when his Rancor gets killed.
Have we talked about this?
I don't know.
I think we've talked about this.
Have we?
This seems familiar to me. I mean, he's
on mic, you think?
Yeah, I think we have.
Listeners, let us know if we're retreading existing territory.
He is like an all-timer
that we've already covered.
All-timer Glup Shido, though. I see his man boobs in my mind's eye as we speak.
Yeah, I can picture his little hat. I can perfectly hear in my mind the way that he cries.
There's a scene with Killian on the phone with someone at the Justice Department being like, well, the stalker was gonna die eventually, and I don't know what to do.
Right.
And then there's I really laughed at this joke where he's like, you're not gonna get these kind of ratings with reruns of Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, and then he like starts singing the theme song.
Yes, the one with the boat.
Yeah. Did you know I've seen every episode of Gilligan's Island?
I did not.
My parents were big fans. I think especially my mom, and we owned the complete series of Gilligan's Island on DVD, and those were just on heavy rotation when I was growing up. So I am probably one of the only millennials who has seen every episode of Gilligan's Island.
I think I saw the infomercial that was selling that DVD a lot as a child, but never actually watched it.
I watched the shit out of Gilligan's Island, so that joke also landed for me. So they've dispatched Sub-Zero here. And also, like, around here is when María Conchita Alonso has found the original footage of the killing of all of those people that Arnold was framed for. And also, like, the network guys are, like, aware that she found it.
Yeah.
So they're, like, scheming in their room, being like, ha, 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 this is going to be good for us, you know? But before, any of that develops further, they do send in Buzzsaw and Dynamo.
Yeah. We got this fuddy-duddy nerd guy who's like, well, I don't know who to pick.
Yeah. And Richard Dawson is like, well, great news, buddy. You don't have to pick. We're going to give them both to you. It's great.
Yeah.
And all the game show shit with Richard Dawson is really where I feel like this movie can sort of be complementarily compared to Paul Verhoeven the most. Like all of the like Running Man studio, like live studio audience stuff feels very like RoboCop to me in a good way.
Yeah, like when after they pick the stalker, Richard Dawson's just shoveling gifts into their hands, and like there's a Running Man board game that he's giving them. I think this is where the satire really works in the movie. Is the whole vibe of that studio audience, the performances, just and Richard Dawson just like owning this role.
Yeah.
I think it's great stuff. Yeah. So we get Buzzsaw and Dynamo entering the game. And María Conchita Alonso is also entering the game.
Yes.
And this is where we get the voiceover from Squidward himself, Roger Bumpass.
It's so funny to me that guy's name is Bumpass.
And he's like
I don't care if it's Bumpus, it's Bumpass to me.
Okay. And he's like she cheated on her college exams. She had sexual relations with 2 or 3 men.
Sometimes 3 men in a single year.
And then she met Ben Richards, her lover.
Yeah. And I like that she says that's the part that's not true.
Yeah.
Because it's like the thing that I like about this movie is that it is definitively saying that like them trying to do this smear campaign against this woman to make it palatable that she is about to be executed on live TV before the American public, right? Like the character assassination that they choose is it's like she hooked up with 3 dudes in the same year sometimes, you know? And it's like, that's not a bad thing. That's like a fine thing. And the movie knows that it's a fine thing. And the fact that it is being treated as like a character assassination in the world of this movie is like proof that like this is just like a far right conservative fascist government. And I like that the movie's not ambiguous about that.
Right.
It's like the fascist state of the Running Man like textually hates women. And I think that that's kind of an important thing to say, because if there is ever an American fascism that is truly ascendant, we say that our government has fascist leanings, and they do, but we are not yet living under totalitarian rule. If we ever are, right, it is going to especially be dangerous and antagonistic toward women. Like that's just how those dudes in this country are and will behave if they ever like seize power at this level. And I like that the movie's like aware of that. It is a thing in this movie where I'm like, okay, someone actually thought about this. And I don't know if that's from the Bachman king of it all or if it's like can be owed to this movie, but it's a thing I like where it's like, yeah, we are acknowledging that like misogyny and American fascism go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, and it's clear that like sex and violence in media is abhorrent unless it's sold to you by the state.
Yeah, right.
Like, you have to accept the sexualization of the dancers on the Running Man show.
Yeah,
and the violence of the Running Man show, but you can't have these outlawed tapes or music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's really, clear with what we see in our government now, where we're supposed to accept our government's form of violence and the fact that, our president can talk about being a Christian and praise the Bible while also being a sexual predator. And if not, definitely having multiple affairs. Like it's
right. And another thing that I was was thinking about, like, in relation to all this stuff, is it's like there is like a sponsor of the Running Man, or like a commercial that they run that's like they are advertising some kind of procreation pills. And they like, there's a specific thing that they mention where it's like, we have both adult and like youth versions available. And that's just like a very weird, dark corner of this movie that's like never further explored. But in contrast to them, like, basically like slut shaming María, Conchita, Alonso for having multiple sexual partners, but then advertising some kind of procreation aid for youth is like, it's like Handmaid's Tale shit. It seems like it's like, this might be a society where, like, you know, we're saying, oh, you know, women who sleep with more than one man are morally repugnant, but like you can have child brides, seems to be the implication. And I like that we don't explore it more than that, because I don't think we need to. Yeah. But all of that stuff just kind of seems to be sort of a cohesive statement about, like, yeah, this is the type of world we're living in. Is it's like the type of men who are running this government are the type of guys who will be like, oh yeah, like marrying a 13-year-old's fine, but like God forbid a woman like have sex with multiple men in her life.
Yeah, the problem is that the science fiction satire is sharing the screen with the Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie.
That is kind of the rub with this thing.
And you don't have Paul Verhoeven in the director's chair to strike that balance.
Yes. Yeah, you got to wait a few more years for Total Recall for that.
Right. Yeah. That's why it's the first entry in the Total Recall trilogy.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I like all that stuff in the studio. And then we're back in the arena.
They're looking for the satellite uplink to the Resistance.
That's right.
Because they know that it's hidden somewhere in the arena grounds. Uplinks underground. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna uplink your ass, and you'll be underground.
I like how grumpy Arnold is in this one. He's not often this like grumpy.
He's also kind of sadistic in this movie.
Yeah.
He is. This movie's kind of a slasher movie, and Arnold is the slasher.
Yes.
That's what I realized, is by the end of this movie, Arnold is fucking Jason Voorhees taking out these giant murder wrestlers with sadistic glee, to the point where I start feeling bad for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the whole audience feels bad when Sub-Zero gets murked, because it's like, this guy had a family. Meanwhile, Ben Richards, like, seems like he has no one. He's just like Michael Myers, just fucking cutting his way through all of these people who are well-loved. This is one of two movies where Arnold Schwarzenegger is a slasher villain. The other one, of course, being James Cameron's Terminator.
Of course. That is a definitive and correct opinion, is that the first Terminator is a slasher movie.
It definitely is. I'm glad that we're in agreement on this. But yeah, no, I sort of like that he is just relishing tearing apart these like fucking pro wrestlers in this movie. Again, I don't necessarily know how well it squares with like the other stuff that we just talked about, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there's some inconsistency to his character, because like at the beginning of the movie, he's like clearly supposed to be like the straight-laced hero. Yeah. I mean, he did sign up to join the Nazis, but he's like, I'm not going to...
He clearly didn't know what that was going to entail.
Yeah. I took the helicopter training course and thought I was just going to be flying the helicopter. But he's like, he refuses to fire on unarmed civilians. And then he starts, bullying María Conchita Alonso, and then starts killing these guys in the arena, and then decides to spare Dynamo in a few minutes. Yeah. And I'm like, where is that coming from?
Yeah.
And then goes back to killing all the stalkers with this evil, sadistic look in his eye, this glint in his eye. And I kind of love seeing Arnold as a bit of a douchebag in this.
Yeah. He's like, right. Like Ben Richards is not, it's Ben Richards, right?
Ben Richards,
okay, yeah. Sorry, it's such a bland, whatever, leading action hero name.
I'm surprised he's not named John, because he's always John something.
Yes, it's me, John America. I'm from Kansas.
I used to work in the CIA, and now I live at home with my American wife and our American child.
Yeah, I like that Ben Richards is not like I like that he has to like learn stuff in this movie. You know, like initially with the Resistance, he's like, no, like I'm not interested. I don't want anything to do with your like overthrow of this fascist regime. I just want to survive, you know? And like by the end of the movie, he's like a freedom fighter, but it's like he's got to like get there. I don't think that character journey is like linear or sensical.
No, it's not exactly a clearly laid out character arc.
But I do like that it's like, yeah, he's a little bit of like a shitheel and he kind of has to learn to be a better person. You don't see him learning that much, but it happens off screen, I guess. Yeah, so like we're in the arena. María Conchita Alonso shows up. She like meets up with them. Yaphet Kotto at some point gets buzzsawed and is sort of out of commission for a little bit.
Yeah, Yaphet Kotto and Arnold take off together, and then Dynamo to run from Buzzsaw.
Yeah,
because Buzzsaw shows up on his motorcycle.
Right.
And then Weiss and Amber take off after being chased by Dynamo to try to hack the satellite because they find out where the uplink is.
Yeah.
And Yaphet Kotto gets buzzsawed off screen.
Yeah,
basically, or like we don't really
like,
see it.
I think like it might be like a passing thing in one of these action sequences, but they're kind of so choppy that I couldn't really pinpoint the moment.
Yeah, it's after they hack the satellite because Weiss is the first one to die. Weiss gets
zapped by Dynamo.
He gets zapped by Dynamo.
While he is like finding the code to like hijack the signal, which is, I believe, 182461B 1717-4. I think that's right.
Did you memorize the code watching the movie?
I did. Yeah. Is that weird?
You contain multitudes, Justice Burkett.
I'm really good at memorization. You knew this. You know I'm good at memorization. You remember when I memorized all of the Edgar track in King Lear in like 3 days?
I did remember that. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm really good at remembering shit. Unless it's where I put my fucking keys.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Considering you've left your water bottle at every Flagstaff business.
Listen, if it's important, I can't remember it. If it's not important, like the code in The Running Man, it's in my brain forever. That's how this shit works. I'm glad that impressed you. Yeah. You know what impresses me? Is when they send María Conchita Alonso into the Running Man arena. They put her in the same like yellow and red jumpsuit that Arnold's wearing. And let me just say, like, of course, we've already talked about María Conchita Alonso is great in this movie. I would also like to say, respectfully, ma'am, arf arf, bark bark, awooga, etc.
Yeah.
Because her in this outfit is really working for me, especially when she puts her hair up. I'm like, yowza.
Yeah, she's rocking it, and meanwhile, Arnold kind of looks like he's wearing a giant condom.
Yeah, it weirdly makes him look less jacked.
Yeah.
The onesie on him. I'm like, oh, this kind of makes him look regular sized for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I think it's just because you can't see his arms at all,
mm-hmm.
you know? Whereas with María Conchita Alonso, I was like, I'm not having any problems. she is fully covered, but it is still a working. Respectfully, ma'am. But yeah, so Weiss eats shit here, and also Yaphet Kotto has been buzzsawed. So basically, we're just down to the two of them, the duo. And here, Arnold gets into a chainsaw fight with Buzzsaw, which sadly does not include Arnold getting his own chainsaw.
No.
They're just wrestling over one chainsaw.
They're wrestling over the one. He also, I mean, that before that, Buzzsaw's riding around on his bike, and he has this. It's like I think they're called like bolas. It's like
oh right, yeah.
It's got balls on the end, and he's swinging it around, and he wraps around Arnold and starts dragging Arnold around a bit.
And this is where we get in the score. Someone is just fucking wailing on an electric guitar while he's being dragged by this motorcycle.
Yeah, it's
and that's
rad.
a moment of the score that really worked for me. I was like, oh yeah, this some dude in the studio is just fucking shredding.
And then he eventually wraps it around some rebar and then just yoinks Buzzsaw off of his motorcycle.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. And like he seems like he's like unconscious for a second, and so like Arnold like goes to reach for the chainsaw to finish him off, but then there's like more of a struggle, and he gets back up and shit.
Yeah.
And this all leads to like the struggle of the chainsaw, and then Arnold chainsaws this dude's nuts. This is where the dude goes full Sawyer family too, and starts like spouting all this shit about the saw's gonna be part of you, etc. Yeah. But I don't know. This kill's all right. You see some blood splatter onto Buzzsaw's face. I like the way it's lit too. This whole sequence is really red, which is fun.
Yeah, I think this movie, again, like we talked about, kind of shot like a TV movie because Paul Michael Glazer's background's in TV, but like it's a movie made in the 80s with a decent budget, so it just kind of looks good.
Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah.
And I think the lighting, I love the lighting here. I love some of the lighting in the other sequences. And I love Buzzsaw getting chainsawed.
Yeah, so Yaphet Kotto dies here. I think he even has like a one-liner on his way out because that's just the movie we're in. And María Conchita Alonso like meets back up with Arnold, and they realize that they're the only two left. Then like they face off against Dynamo.
Yeah,
because Dynamo's driving his Tesla go-kart at him,
singing opera music.
Yeah. It's crazy. He wrecks his go-kart. I like it. So he like wrecks his go-kart and it like rolls over multiple times. And I like that you just see a stunt dude like just, or maybe a dummy in this like go-kart, because it is truly like a go-kart because his head is exposed. Like his shoulders and head have no protection. So when this thing rolls over, it's just a whole car rolling over onto this dude's noggin. And I was like, if there's a stuntman in there, that guy is fucking committed. But it might be a dummy. But I like that there's like ADR when the car's rolling over, where you hear Dynamo kind of breaking character, and he's like, "Stop it, guys! Cut to commercial! No, my suit's broken."
Yeah, he's basically pissing his pants. He's like, "Help! Somebody help!"
Yeah.
And then this is where Ben Richards has a change of heart, and he's like, "I will not kill an innocent man," because now the crowd's turned to his side.
Right. Yeah. People are starting to place bets on Ben Richards instead of on the stalkers.
Yeah. And they're cheering him on to kill him.
Yeah.
So he has this pipe, and he just shoves it in the car behind him rather than killing him, and then he and Amber run off, and she goes,
unfortunately that's the end of Dynamo until like the one other scene in this movie.
Right.
And I'm like,
I do forget about third act Dynamo.
Yeah,
third act Dynamo is a surprise.
He comes back for a second, but it's like, I just feel like we get rid of him too early.
Yeah. And then he and María Conchita Alonso run off, and she goes, "What happened to Buzzsaw?" He had to split. That's a good one.
That one is a good one. That's a really good one.
That one just writes itself.
Yeah.
Here's Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. They had to workshop that one.
So Richard Dawson is taking heat because like the crowd is kind of turning towards Ben Richards' side. And the DOJ isn't happy or whatever. So he's kind of sweating a little bit. Then they're going to send in Fireball next.
Yeah.
Right?
He offers Arnold a contract as a stalker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's like, we can end this right now, and you can just be one of the celebrities. You can just be a pro wrestler, basically.
Because they cut to commercial, and they have this little private feed. And Arnold delivers the most insane one-liner in this movie because
I love this one.
He literally runs out of breath trying to say it.
Yes, and he also is literally he pulls a security camera off of the wall to scream this into, and you get it from the POV of the security camera. So this is Arnold Schwarzenegger running out of breath, delivering this like huge run-on sentence of a one-liner directly into your face.
Yes. You cold-blooded bastard. I live to see you eat that contract, but I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. Like, where did he think of this?
I love that one.
It's awesome.
That's maybe the line of the movie for me.
I think it's
the delivery is so good.
It's great. I think the line of the movie is still like, "Here is Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero."
Break your goddamn spine.
The confidence with which he says that is just the dramatic pauses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit. I don't know. It's like dumber and cornier than like the stuff in this movie that is like Verhoeven-esque, but it's like equally entertaining.
Yeah, it's a perfect balance in this movie.
I don't know about perfect balance.
I mean, like it is to me. This movie is like just a hair below Arnold's best, and just a hair above like middle of the road Arnold.
Right? Yeah. It's sort of in that like, B+ territory.
It's like the Goldilocks zone
right.
of Arnold movies.
But yeah, so then they send in Fireball, and like we talked about, Fireball is kind of the least valuable player of this whole crew, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up and he flame throws some stuff, but then he just gets his gas line pulled and gets blown up.
Yeah, well, because we have the old lady here. When who's supposed to pick who's going to get the next kill. And she goes, I think the next kill is going to go to Ben Richards.
Yeah.
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
I like all the bloodthirsty grannies in this movie. Because it's like, not only is the studio audience full of old ladies, they're all like, yeah, fuck him up, Sonny. I want to see that man bleed. Kill him. Which
I want to see blood all over that Austrian oak.
Which I feel like is one of the most realistic depictions of old ladies I've ever seen in movies, because like most old American ladies voted for Trump.
Well, I mean, and also like
they are out for blood. They do want ICE to just round people up and send them out of the country by force. Like old ladies are fucking like this.
But also like from the sports angle of all of this.
Yeah,
I've met so many women in my life who are like hockey fans because they like the fights.
Right. I like seeing two grown men slug each other.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I do like this old lady being like, no, like I think Ben Richards has got it, and Richard Dawson's like sweating even more. He's like, oh fuck, the president's not gonna be happy about this.
It's funny hearing this old lady say motherfucker.
Yeah, it is funny hearing the old
like
lady
that.
say motherfucker. Yeah.
Then we have Fireball.
He becomes a fireball. I do like this one-liner from Arnold too, because he throws the flare after he like pulls his gas line, and he's like, want a light or whatever he says.
Yeah, got a light.
Yeah.
And then after he blows up, he immediately goes, "What the hothead?"
Got a light.
Just back-to-back one-liners. I also like when he starts throwing oil drums at him. That's fun.
Like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Maria Conchita Alonso finds a locker room.
Yes, right.
With that's like an old, probably was like an old facility that they used at some point, but that's now part of the arena.
Yes,
and she finds the bones of the winners.
I really like the like horror smash zoom on the fucking decomposing skeletons. Really woke me up in this movie. Not that I was falling asleep, because the movie's very well paced, but definitely a moment where I was like, excuse me, pardon me, the Running Man? Now there are rotting skeletons in our locker room, and you're like shooting them as if it's like the fucking Evil Dead. She finds like the tags on all of their uniforms, and it's the previous winners of the Running Man. So like we have learned that all of the footage of them partying it up on the island is like more deep fake shit, and these guys never made it out of the arena.
Yeah.
Which I like that twist. I like, and it's you can see it coming. It's not a super shocking twist, but I like what it does for the movie thematically, where it's like, even the guys who quote unquote win the Running Man, it's like, no, the government can't let these guys live. It's easier for them to perpetuate the lie of like, oh, this is a way to win your freedom or win wealth or whatever, but actually it's just a dead end. So after Fireball eats shit, Richard Dawson is like, what the fuck do I do? And so he calls in Captain Freedom, which is Jesse Ventura. It's like Captain Freedom to Wardrobe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that, like... I love the scene. I think Jesse Ventura is so good in this movie. I love the scene when he like walks in to confront Richard Dawson, and he's wearing all the fucking stupid tin can bullshit.
Yeah, he's wearing the robot suit or whatever, and he's like, I don't need any of this fucking shit. Let me kill him with my bare hands.
Yeah, I like it when he's like pulling pieces of this thing off, and he's like getting all pissed off about the costume, and he's like... He's like, I'm not gonna, if you don't let me fight this guy fair and square, then I'm out, and he's just like, I love that this guy is like not a fascist. Like, his toxic masculinity is purer than that. Where he's like, no, I'm truly like a caveman. Like, I have my own code.
Well, it clearly stems from Jesse Ventura's lifelong desire to be seen on the same level as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Of course, yes.
Because he's always tagging along in these movies.
And I like that in this movie he does fight Arnold and win, but it's fake.
Yeah.
Which just feels like a microcosm of their whole dynamic.
Yeah. This fight comes a little bit later after they got into the Resistance HQ. But this deepfake scene I think is really good. I love that it's bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the wall of spikes. Always a big fan of a wall of spikes.
Yeah. I love when he just picks up María Conchita Alonso and breaks her neck.
I think that's interesting as like, right, because this is fake. It's invented by the network. And I think it is interesting that like the network, because they are an arm of this like misogynist American fascism, they do just like the most creative thing they can think of for her is it's like, oh, she dies immediately because she's a woman.
Yeah.
Whereas the actual character in the movie, Amber, survives to the end and beats Dynamo on her own, So it's like, I like that the movie is kind of clearly juxtaposing those things against each other and being like, this is what this dystopian fascist government thinks she's capable of, and this is like what she's actually capable of,
Yeah. And then I love the fight with Arnold, and then him pinning him against the wall of spikes, and we get like a really great reaction from Arnold. But as he's being carried by Jesse Ventura and looking at the wall of spikes,
he's like,
and then he gets stabbed on it, and then it's revealed that this is real because they're using stunt doubles,
right?
And they're like, "Oh, Killian, you didn't have to kill the stunt double."
Right. Yeah.
And as you see, like the deep fake face come off of it.
Yeah. Right. So just
like
some
the
other
real guy
hit the spike wall.
They just found some fucking. Let's see, where can we cut costs this month?
Yeah. They're gonna send that guy home with like a folded American flag and be like, "Hey, sorry, he tripped and fell into the wall of spikes." Fucking ICP or whatever the name of the company is. Not ICP. That's Insane Clown Posse.
No. Violent J would be a great host for the Running Man, though. and all the
fucking chainsaws. How do they work?
And all the stalkers would be like based off the Joker cards or whatever.
They would just all have clown makeup and.
I know more about ICP than I should for someone who has never willingly listened to ICP. I think I just spent a lot of time on the ICP wiki learning about the lore.
Well, sometimes you get a morbid curiosity about these things. As you know, the winner of the Running Man always receives a lifetime supply of Faygo soda. and an annual pass to the gathering of the Juggalos. Yeah.
No, the network's ICS. I don't think they ever say what it stands for.
But yeah, just imagining ICS just sending this guy who got impaled on the spike walls family like a gift basket or whatever with condolences from ICS. But yeah, so I mean, there's not that much more before we're in Resistance.
Yeah,
Town.
they make it to the Resistance HQ because they basically stumble on the entrance and
right. And it's conveniently in the arena. And it's like, oh, hey, it's Mick Fleetwood again. He's here, too. But María Conchita Alonso, like me, has a great memory, and she remembers the code. So they can hack into the broadcast of the Running Man.
She also carried the tape with her, and she hid it.
Somewhere. In one of her orifices is the implication. I actually really like that moment. I thought it was really funny. That joke really works for me because she is playing it as like, doesn't this make you horny for me?
Yeah, she's definitely trying to flirt with him.
Yes.
It's also clear that the screenwriters were like, well, how do we get this tape in, to the Resistance?
Because it's like she steals the tape, but then she gets then she gets Running Manned,
Yeah.
right? So and part of them Running Manning you is them putting you into a skin tight spandex suit. So it's like, they took her clothes. It couldn't have been in her pocket or something. And so because you as the viewer are already like, how the fuck does she have this? They're like, well, we have to just say it out loud.
Yeah. She uses God's pocket.
Yeah, right. Yes. One of them. We're not sure which one. It could be any of, I'm going to say 3, but probably there are 2 main options.
Given the amount of running she has to do in this
There's
movie,
2 main options.
that's got to be uncomfortable after a while.
Yeah.
It's fitting a cassette tape in one of those options.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, I feel like the movie is steering you towards one of those options, but I like to think it's the other one.
Someone hands Arnold a gun and a stogie.
Yeah.
And
he is chomping on cigars a surprising amount during this movie. Because there's a lot of that in the beginning, too.
Yeah.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want, including the ICS Studios when I'm storming it with my paramilitary legion. He's like leading all these guerrilla fighters into this TV studio. Guns blazing while the broadcast goes on. That's basically like, I like that the freedom fighter guys spent some time doing like a fun edit where it cuts together footage where it's like Richard Dawson saying some like hype shit about the Running Man and then cutting to like atrocities or whatever, and then he's like, oh, look at last year's winners, look at them enjoying themselves, and then they cut to the footage of the skeletons.
they got someone edited that real quick.
Just one of these freedom fighters, he's like, I actually went to school for visual communications. I'm really good with
CapCut. I upload edits to TikTok all the time.
Yeah, this fucking Gen Alpha intern at the Resistance.
I always remember this Resistance thing being more of the movie, and it's really not. It is just like,
it's kind of bookends it. There's a little bit at the beginning, and then it's then.
Yeah, we just need it to get to the action sequence at the end.
Yeah,
and I do love all of these guys storming ICS and gunning all of these guards
this whole
down.
Bit is fun. Yeah. In all the gunfights in this movie, but especially in this one, I think there's like some decent squibs. This movie isn't like very bloody, but occasionally there's a nice moment where you're like, oh, that one looked good.
Yeah, it's clear that the action is like mostly focused on the boss fights with the stalkers.
Yeah.
But we have María Conchita Alonso facing against rapey old Dynamo.
Yes, Dynamo. In a very proto I'm the Juggernaut bitch moment. Where he does call her a bitch and is just like being like a big menacing fat guy. But then he gets like a little rapey and she pulls his pants down and hits him in the dick and then zaps him with his own zapper basically.
Yeah, and then the sprinklers come on.
Yeah.
And then, the studio audience is basically cleared out at this point. So Arnold,
as you would if a bunch of people with guns ran into the studio.
Yeah. So Arnold confronts Killian, and I love the way he just keeps using like Killian's lines back, like hello, cutie pie, one of us is in deep trouble.
Yeah, I love the moment where, because Sven-Ole Thorsen has been in the movie, like just kind of in the background, and there's a moment where like in the scene where Jesse Ventura is giving Dawson the business, Dawson like kicks Jesse Ventura out. He's like, get this guy out of here. And Sven-Ole Thorsen is like the security guard. And so he's like he's commanding Sven-Ole Thorsen to like show Jesse Ventura the door. And Sven-Ole Thorsen's character clearly like idolizes Captain Freedom and doesn't want to do that, right? So he's resistant. And he like, Richard Dawson has this quip where he's like, oh, did the steroids make your brain slow or something like that? I don't remember what he says, but it's some crack about steroids. And then, so in this scene, Sven-Ole Thorsen is there, and Richard Dawson is like trying to get him to fight Arnold, and Sven Thorsen just looks at him and goes, sorry, I have to buy some steroids, and walks out of the movie.
See, I had to look up what the line was because I have never heard Sven-Ole Thorsen speak before, and my copy of the DVD didn't have subtitles. So I was like, "What the fuck is that man saying?"
Scandinavian mumbling.
We're making a moment out of Sven-Ole Thorsen's only line, maybe in cinema history.
Right. That's why he doesn't get to talk very much. Because he can't understand a goddamn.
I don't know what he's saying. But he just says, "I have to get steroids."
Yeah. And so then it's just Richard Dawson and Arnold, and Arnold like makes him get into the little rocket car.
Yeah. And Richard Dawson's talking about how like I'm just giving the people what they want.
Right.
They want sex and violence and all of that. And it's one of those moments where this movie's approaching satire but doesn't quite get over the top with it.
It doesn't have the right, yeah. It doesn't have quite the nuance that it needs to do this subtly, but then Richard Dawson goes down a tube in a rocket propelled car for a really long time and then flies into a sign and explodes.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a satisfying enough conclusion. Yeah, and then María, Conchita, Alonso, and Arnold Schwarzenegger have a kiss, and they walk away, and the whole city watches them kiss and cheers, and like the guys doing the bets are like throwing money into the crowd, and there will be a violent overthrow of the American government, but I guess that'll happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I like the final shot because we had a shot of the matte painting again, and the screen changes from like the TV station to like a please stand by.
Yeah.
thing. That's a nice final shot.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then we get John Parr over the credits.
The end credits song choice in this movie fucking whips ass.
This is one of those things that I forget about, and every time I'm like, does the end credits song work? Because it was written for the movie.
Yes, it fucks, rips, and rules.
And it's like,
of course it works.
It's like a big 80s, arena rock love song.
Yeah.
For the end of The Running Man.
I don't know. It ends with them smooching. It worked for me.
Yeah,
I think it owns.
Yeah, Running Man, one of the great romances of our time, along with In the Mood for Love and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time I was like, no, this actually fucking rocks.
It's good. And then later in the credits, I like that there's like more like commercial shit from the TV network.
I think that was some of the stuff that they
cut out.
They cut out
right.
And they stuck it. Yeah, the extra commercials and stuff that they cut.
I liked it. I liked hearing it. It made it worthwhile sticking around through the end of the credits.
Yeah.
That's Running Man.
That's the Running Man.
Yeah. Not all that much running. He does run some, but
you get tired. You got to pace yourself out there.
I guess so. Yeah.
You save the running for when you're being chased by an overweight opera singer in a
just feels like
go-kart.
He's doing more fisticuffs and shooting and stuff than he is running. Although there is a shot of him running on the tarmac at the airport when he's running away from that big net gun.
I think that's the most running that he does in the movie.
He does a lot of running there, and he's running quite fast, and his ass is being just hugged by those white slacks that he's wearing. Some just primo juicy Arnold buns in that sequence. Not as juicy as in the Terminator, where you get to see him on full display, but David is The Running Man, 1987, not 2025. The greatest movie ever made.
Justus, I've always loved this movie. I've always thought this thing was great. It's so much fun. It's so cheesy, but it's also violent, and the satire feels surprisingly well done for a movie of this movie of its ilk, I should say.
Right.
I would say of its caliber, but like, come on. It's, I would say it's underrated too among Arnold's works. I think not enough people talk about this thing. So I've always liked this thing, but I've never quite liked it as much as the Terminators or Predator or Total Recall. Coming back to it, I think I like this movie even more. And while I don't think it's maybe as good as those other films, I do think this is the greatest movie ever made. I think this movie is highly flawed.
Yeah.
I kind of don't give a shit. I kind of fucking love this movie anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I I mean, it's got everything you want. It's got the one-liners. It's got the violence. It's got Arnold. It's got a couple other great performances in here, namely Richard Dawson and María Conchita Alonso, and of course all of the actors playing the stalkers, who are all athletes, wrestlers, doing great hammy performances. Yeah, man, I fucking love this movie. What a great motion picture.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think The Running Man's the greatest movie ever made.
Nice.
Justus.
David.
Is The Running Man the greatest movie ever made?
David.
And before you answer, remember that I'll call you a girly man if you give me the wrong answer. Or, I don't know. It's just, another excuse to use Arnold voice, I guess.
David. The Running Man. I enjoyed watching this for the first time for the show. It's I'm not as much of an Arnold completionist as you are. I've seen less of his movies at this point, but I would agree with you that it's sort of like on the high end of the medium tier of Arnold movies for me as well. And there's a lot in here that I liked. I liked a lot of the kind of hints at greater thematic stuff. I wish that maybe it had been explored with a little bit more like depth and nuance, but it's still like fun and cool dystopian, like speculative fiction stuff that I think is done pretty well in this movie. And I parrot what you said about the performances. I agree with all the performances that you called out. I like that they put María Conchita Alonso in that outfit. But like you said, I think this film is heavily flawed. I overall enjoyed it quite a bit, and I would recommend it if you haven't seen it, and especially if you're going to go out and see the new one. Like, maybe give this one a shot, even though it's probably very different, because it is, by all accounts, much less true to the source material than the Edgar Wright one will be. But I still think this one's worth a spin. That being said, I'm going to give this one like a soft no. There were moments in this movie, like when Dynamo showed up, where I was like, is this going to be a yes? And then just like the tonal inconsistencies, the way that it felt like there was kind of two movies here. One was kind of like the Verhoeven-esque satire, and the other one was the big dumb action movie. And it kind of feels like they're unsuccessfully battling for control of the movie. And also just those moments where like the score became bigger than the movie were kind of taking me out of it.
I love the score.
I know.
Good.
And I like the score too. It's just, we can agree to disagree. I thought it was like maybe not
maybe
consistently
a little
well deployed.
Maybe a little melodramatic.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. And like some other shit, just like some basic technical shit, like the ICS matte painting that doesn't look very good. You know, it's like that stuff's charming, but I'm like, this is fucking cornball shit at the same time. And I love some cornball shit, but maybe this is not my preferred cornball shit to earn the greatest movie ever made title, despite me having a very good time with it. So it's a soft no for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about it.
I do think that this is one of the best Stephen King adaptations. And by that I mean movies that are adapted from Stephen King, which is kind of a meaningless term in these days.
Right.
Because you can just slap that on anything.
Right. It's like, oh, he fucking, blew his nose into a napkin and left it behind at a restaurant. Now it's a fucking 8-part miniseries on fucking HBO Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's always interesting when it's like, here's like a based on Stephen King thing that shares almost nothing with the source material except like a big idea, because he's really good at big ideas. Yeah. See also The Shining, a movie that I would say is relatively equal to this in every way.
I would say that completely unironically.
That's insane, but
this is up there with Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile and The Shining. And
I'd be interested to go back to The Green Mile because
I haven't done that one in a while.
I remember loving that movie, and then I feel like its cultural reappraisal in recent years has actually been that it's not all that. And it would be interesting for me to go back to it and see if I agree with the sort of consensus opinion souring on that one. Yeah. But that's not what we're talking about next week. We're not talking about The Green Mile next week. What are we talking about next week?
Next
I know
week,
it's not the Green Mile.
we've been doing a lot of horror, doing a lot of sci-fi, doing a lot of action recently.
Oh yeah.
And Thanksgiving's coming up, so we're gonna just pivot to doing just a straight up, classic traditional comedy.
Yep.
Like they don't make anymore.
That's right.
I guess we're gonna watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
Because it is set during Thanksgiving.
I have never seen this very famous and iconic comedy.
Nor have I.
Oh, you've never seen it either?
No.
I didn't know that.
I bought a DVD of it the day after Thanksgiving last year, and I was like, next year we're going to do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
It's a shame that I bought this DVD after Thanksgiving because we could have done it then.
Well,
so we're going to do it now.
Yeah. So you can tune in next week to hear both David and I react to our very first viewing of the totemic comedy Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, starring John Candy and
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Yes, that's right. And until then, you can follow us on social media and like all of the stuff that ET is posting over there. Share it, leave reviews, etc.
Thanks to them for our social media and research,
of course,
for this episode.
And tell your friends, or else I will shoot you down a tube in a rocket-propelled sled.
I'll shoot you with a giant net gun.
A giant net gun. I gotta get me one of those. Until next time.
I'll
not until next time. You're still going. Give it to me.
Or I'll make you eat your review and ram it into you relieve enough with my fists and I'll ram it. Yeah, you know.
Yes.
You know the line.
Break a spine. Yeah.
Until next time. Later, dipshits.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Greatest Movie Ever Made. Please remember to leave us a rating and a review, and to subscribe to the show wherever you listen. We appreciate you supporting the show and spreading the word. Tell your friends to listen, tell your enemies to listen, tell your mom to listen. If your neighbor has an unsecured Bluetooth speaker, connect to it and play an episode. You can follow us on social media at TGMEM_podcast. And if you've got a movie that you want us to talk about, send us an email at thegreatestmoviepodcast@gmail.com.